Welcome to Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. I'm your host, Jason Bland, and tonight is Open Lines Night, yes, and a shorter show. When we do double the World Wide Web of Weird as well, we have extra articles. We didn't have a show last week. My guest had to reschedule, which we did get them rescheduled later in August. I know next week I don't have a guest scheduled. I basically, it's been a busy summer, and I've been more picky about what guest I want to have on. So we're going to do more of these shorter shows, World Wide Web of Weird. That's probably what next week's going to be, too. And I've been working Mondays lately, so that's kind of why I haven't got super long shows. But, you know, this is kind of where I'm at. I want to make sure I get quality guests. That's what I'm trying to do. And we're in the process of booking guests for, like, September and all that, and October moving forward. But there's still going to be more of these shows, these open line shows, extra World Wide Web of Weird segments. It's easier to do when I've been gone for a week because I had extra stories. And then we open up the phone lines to you. We can talk about whatever. Of course, you know what I want to talk about is something weird, strange, unusual, paranormal, whatever, supernatural, extraordinary experiences that we share together on this show. To compare notes, you know, because we're all trying to figure out what is reality. You know, is there an afterlife? Are there UFOs? Is there alien abductions? Is there Bigfoot? You know, all those kind of things. We got a lot of alien, Bigfoot, ghost stuff in the World Wide Web, weird extended tonight, so we got a lot to get to. Let's go ahead and get rolling on into it. Welcome to another night of Paranormal Soup. As I said before, I'm your host, Jason Bland. No guest tonight. It is open lines. Now, we will open up the lines after our first commercial break, because we're going to do, like, the first half of the World Wide Web of Weird. As much as we get through, we take more of our time with it. And then we'll continue with the weird stories after the commercial break, and then open up the phone lines and go between calls and stories, and we'll see how late we go tonight. I don't know if I don't think we're gonna go to the full 3 hours tonight, not usually on an open lines night, but we'll see. Sometimes we do, we never know. Joining me as always is my beautiful co-host Jamie D. How you doing tonight, Jamie?
Doing well, thank you.
Glad to have
on for open, even if it's just open line.
Glad to have you here. I don't think we have Rob tonight. I know he lost his little pal Tiki, right? Tiki passed away.
He was going to try, though.
He was going to try. We'll see if he pops on. But I understand, you know, it's so hard. I mean, 3 years later, I'm still trying to get over Bella in Asia, even with a new dog I love to death. We're so lucky to have. There are family members, and it's hard when they pass. So my heart goes out to Rob. See if he joins us tonight. I totally understand if he doesn't. Like I said, well, it's extended World Wide Web of Weird tonight and open lines. So we will open the phone lines after our first commercial break, but we're going to start off with the World Wide Web of Weird. Tonight on the World Wide Web of Weird, continuing story, as much as I hate it, is the Peruvian mummified, aliens or mummies, or are they human, or are they chicken bone and lizard skin? We've had guests on here, Barry Goldwater, what's his name? Or Barry Fitzgerald. Barry Fitzgerald and Steve Maron, who saw these mummies. I really take their word for it that there's a lot to question about these being aliens. But the story continues. Supposedly, they've been analyzed their fingerprints. We got to see if these guys got a criminal record. For those listening on the Paranormal Soup radio app, we are a webcast streaming out live to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. But if you want to listen, I'll narrate as best as possible. Sorry, a little distracted. We do got Rob. Hey, Rob. Welcome to the show.
What's up?
What's up, man? I said I would understand if you didn't make it tonight. I know how it is after losing a family member. My heart goes out to you, man.
Yeah. My Dropbox didn't want to connect.
Oh. Let me,
it's like, you don't have permission for this content.
Well, I'm so glad you're here because there's a lot of content tonight. And it's a lot easier when you're here running it. So thank you. All right. So continuing the story, as much as I hate to continue with it. Fingerprint analysis, and I just got the short article from Unexplained Mysteries. Fingerprint analysis deepened mystery of Peru mummified aliens. Back in 2023, Jaime Maussan, a controversial figure even in the UFO community, presented what he claimed to be 2 alien bodies at a formal Congress hearing in Mexico City. Supposedly found buried between the Peruvian cities of Palpa and Nazca in 2017, the 2 bodies reportedly contained unknown DNA and were as Maussan put it, not from this earth. His claims went on to generate a great deal of controversy and debate, with experts slamming his discovery on the basis that the aliens were thought to be little more than human mummies. Despite this, however, the mystery surrounding Maussan's claims has never really gone away. Back in April, another alleged alien mummy was presented. Now, according to forensic analysis of the mummy's fingerprints, it seems that there might generally be something strange going on. The prints were examined by former Colorado prosecutor and current defense attorney Joshua McDowell, who maintains that they do not match any known human fingerprint pattern. We did not see any loops or whorls on the prints of the fingers or the toes, he told told Mail Online with regard to the analysis of the particular specimen known as Maria. I am a former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney. I've seen lots of fingerprints, and these were not classic fingerprints. Maria's fingerprints weren't consistent with human prints. That said, this doesn't necessarily mean that the mummies are alien. Right. It could possibly have something to do with the way the skin was preserved. Doesn't prove they're aliens. That's because they can't get prints off of these things. I'm just saying, like, okay, the DNA test, was okay. They're not human. Okay, sure. Can we get these up here to a university to study? Not to say that I totally trust them either. But so far, this has been, if you do the research on it, they get people that say they're a doctor and they've studied this and they test it, and you find out they have no background, no doctorate, no anything. Jaime Maussan, I've had guests on that know him and have said he's a really nice guy, and I'm sure he is. I don't hate him or anything like that. But it's really frustrating, the stuff that this guy has presented, because
Ted Bundy was
it's
really
embarrassing.
Nice.
What?
Got to bring the Ted Bundy example in.
They said Ted Bundy was a really nice guy, but
yeah,
he was. He was charming.
Let's not compare Jaime Maussan to Ted Bundy. I have nothing against the guy except for the evidence that he's a part of presenting half the time. That turns out to be complete malarkey, like BS. PG-13 here. I can't say foul words about what I feel about the evidence that's been presented. Maybe I'm wrong about the mummies. Maybe there's something real. Let's present it. Let's bring it out. You present it to Congress. Good. You're putting your money on where your mouth is. Let's continue. All right, sure. Let's get more than this fingerprints. Let's bring it to another university. Let's get other scientists and anthropologists to look at it. Yeah, no, that won't happen. I doubt it.
This will come up again next year.
Excuse me for being skeptical, but if Jaime Maussan wasn't tied to this, I might actually have been more interested in this and be like, what is this? Maybe Steve Mira and Barry Fitzgerald got it wrong, or but him being tied to it makes me more skeptical.
If he didn't have the track record he had.
Right.
It's hard to overlook when more than 85% or more of your stuff is BS.
And that's what sucks is because he's had stuff I'm sure he's presented that's true and people's testimony that he's taken and interviews and stuff that he's done with real people that are witnessed and seen and had this stuff, you know.
And
But how are we going to know what's real?
We don't want to have to sift through the BS to figure out what's the truth or not. We're depending on you to be a truth teller, truth seeker too, and want to present factual evidence.
Right. Not sensationalism.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on. Florida time in Miami. I got this. I had the original article here from Coast to Coast, but it's from my favorite YouTube channel for UFO, ghost, weird stuff, Hidden Underbelly 2.0. But from Tim Bindle from Coast to Coast, bewildered witnesses in Miami captured footage of a puzzling saucer-shaped UFO hovering over the city. The strange sighting came to light on Sunday evening when it was shared on social media by the outlet Only in Dade. Alas, the circumstances surrounding the footage, such as who filmed it and when it occurred, are unknown. Be as that may, the video is fairly compelling by the virtue of the rather sizable object that's caught the attention of the witness. In the footage, he can be heard wondering aloud, what is that? That thing is not moving. As he focuses in on the diamond-shaped anomaly, it appears to be sitting stationary in the sky. Marveling that the object resembles a flying saucer, the witness assumedly beckons, come closer, you alien. Sadly, if the UFO did contain otherworldly visitors, it would seem that they did not take him up on his invitation, as the video ends shortly after that. As for what the weird UFO may have been, beyond extraterrestrials paying a visit to South Beach, some have suggested that the oddity could have been a clandestine craft or of terrestrial origin. Meanwhile, more skeptical observers have posited that the anomaly was probably just a balloon or a drone. We'll see. Go ahead and play this. This is, like I said, you can find this at Hidden Underbelly 2.0 on YouTube.
Yo, can somebody explain to me what the hell is that?
Somebody got some
What is
explaining
that, yo?
to do.
That thing is not moving. That looks like a flying saucer. The thing is just not moving at all in the sky.
Wait till the zoom in here.
Come closer, you alien.
Famous last words.
Yeah. It's aliens, man! That's the best one.
Yeah.
The guy is freaking out.
Bring it.
And it's pretty big, I would think, for how high up there it is. You know, yes, this is a zoom in of it that he did. Like, I think he zoomed in with his camera or whatever, and then a zoom in by a Hidden Underbelly. I don't know.
Did it make a noise?
I mean, you heard their camera noise. That didn't sound like it. Holy
Is
crap.
it a drone?
Sorry.
Oh.
Thank you, Josh. Josh Turner.
Oh, Josh. Thank you.
$50 donation. Thank you, Josh, from Paranormal Roundtable. We're hoping you will return. And you need to come back on the show, Josh. I know you kind of taken a little bit of a break or something, but I would love to have you back on. Or call in. Open lines later. All right. But yeah, I don't know. This could be anything.
Awesome content.
But $50 is awesome. Thank you so much. And it reminds me, shameless plug, yes, you can donate money. I always forget to mention. Thank you, Josh, too, for reminding me of that. You can always donate on Super Chat or find us on Patreon or Jason Bland Paranormal Soup. I mean, it's got the saucer shape. Look at it. It's highly zoomed in here.
Could that be military?
Someone said it was a tent that flew away.
Could be.
I mean, it was so
wasn't
windy.
there a tent that flew away?
Was there a tent that flew away? This is Miami.
In the news? Rob?
Did you hear anything about that in Miami?
I don't know.
When you were talking about
That'd be
that
crazy
big
if that was a
strike-
tent. That'd be crazy. But I don't think the wind was that bad. I think you need some pretty good wind to get a tent up there like that. I don't know. I've never heard a tent going that high.
I don't know. I've
Yeah.
lost some tents.
Yeah, that's weird.
All right. Well, we'll move on. There's going to be more UFO stuff later tonight. Like I said, it's extended Worldwide Web of Weird. So we got some other interesting stuff. We got some cryptid stuff. Love to hear Josh Turner's thoughts on some of these too, on the cryptid stuff later. I got it toward the end of this segment. We'll have more later too. All right, let's move on. All right, so this is another one you're going to get from Hidden Underbelly, this time from Brazil, and another article from Tim Bindle from Coast to Coast. Rather fantastic piece of footage from Brazil provides a remarkably clear look at a flying saucer spotted hovering in the sky. You're going to notice it's kind of a similar shape, if I remember this, if this is the one I'm thinking of. The curious scene is said to have been filmed this past Sunday in the city of Curitiba, if I got that right. Curitiba? I don't butchered that. Sharing their video online. What'd you say?
Margaritaville?
No, not Margaritaville. Curitiba? Curitiba? I don't know. Sharing their video online, the bewildered witness, can't even say English words, how am I going to say that? Mused that I'd never believed in UFOs until seeing this strange saucer-shaped object. Initially suspecting that the aerial anomaly could be a drone. That's going to be always the thought now. They indicated that the apparent lack of any propellers causing them to dismiss that theory. Similarly, the witness observed that the object seemed to move in a straight line, which made them doubtful that the flying saucer was a balloon. They also noted that the UFO appeared to sport some sort of landing gear, though that the detail is hard to discern from the video, despite a strikingly clear view of the curious craft. While the witness may have dispelled with the notion that the flying saucer was a drone or balloon, skeptical viewers would undoubtedly point to those two prosaic possibilities of explanation. That's always going to be it. All right, go ahead. Land of illusion. We don't know what's real anymore. I mean, or CGI. This looks genuine to me, though. When you see this, the shaky camera trying to get it up there, yeah, there you go. I got one tonight. We'll see which one is the one that Jason definitely thinks is a fake tonight. Later in the show, not this one. Hint. I don't know what this is. Again, kind of similar shape to the Miami one. But much closer look, in my opinion. Here's the zoom in and hidden underbelly 2.0 does. I can see what they say about the landing gear. You see kind of a little bit off to the side, the little notches. Yeah, that's what they're talking about, like kind of some kind of landing gear on it.
I did this one last week, and then just randomly I found a video on YouTube of these two guys that had this, like,
drone?
No, it was just a real super thin mylar star-shaped balloon that they inflated with a fan, and it looks real similar to this, and it's great.
Well, remember that was kind of what we were wondering if they did in that. What was it? What was Middle East? Where was it? Was it Iran?
Yeah, yeah. And
where was it? Well, remember, it was the total, like, Close Encounters of the Third Kind UFO, lights and all, you know. And it just seemed it didn't seem like it was CGI.
Oh, that green one?
Yeah, the green one. But I was like, could that be like a drone balloon kind of deal? You know, like something built to look like, because it can be done, and it has been done. We've had a couple stories on Worldwide Bubble Weird before that ended up being proven. There was somebody literally pranking with one of these big things like that. Screw you people, don't do this. I know it's fun. You make a big thing like that. These guys are in aeronautical, I'm sure. That one had, that could be the landing gear that they need. I don't know. Do UFOs have landing gear?
They have the ones that have little legs that come out and walk. Sometimes you see.
Carefully.
Like
I got my 12-year-old son coming down with my Oculus Quest very carefully. You can just come on down. It's open lines tonight. I don't care. I don't have a guest. He's scared to come down. You come on down, put it in there, and don't. Oh my God! Do you know how to plug that in? Yeah, you get to feel the Bland household right now. Summer break almost over. Sorry. Yeah, we got time for the World Wide Web of Weird tonight, so we're not going to get through the first 7 articles. There's 14 tonight. I don't know. So you think you found the guys that made this thing?
Well, I don't know if it's this one in particular. I was looking to see if I could find it again.
Something similar. This one was Brazil.
Yeah.
You know.
This video kind of looks like it could be in Brazil. But I don't know. It's in a different language, so very good chance. Let me see this one.
Yeah. If you find that, let's find out. Like that.
Yeah, here it is.
Do some research on it. You got it? Can you show it?
Yeah.
You can say hi. It's open lines. I don't care. Oh, Rob's looking for something anyways. You can be the distraction. This is my 12-year-old Dean. The show's 9 years old. You know, so anybody that started with the show has seen. You know,
what's up, Dean?
It's gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah.
You can say hi. They can hear you.
Hello.
He
All right.
used to kick my booty in PUBG.
Oh yeah. Well, no, he didn't kick your booty. He worked with you.
Yeah, he worked
He's on
with
our
me,
team.
but he got more kills than me.
Oh yeah.
He kicked my booty in numbers.
All right. This is it?
I think so. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, let's see it.
All right. It's long. I'll show the first part and then I'll show.
Yeah, just the example.
Give it. I just randomly happened to find this last week.
I mean, that looks like the shape already starting to take form there.
Yeah, this one turns into.
And you notice
a star shape.
It turns into what shape?
Like a star.
Oh, a star. Well, maybe it could be that from an angle. But what makes me think of that one in Brazil, and does it tell you where this is at?
Rio del Sal Carlos? I don't know. Sounds like Brazil.
It sounds somewhere South America.
Some South America, yeah.
Maybe this is something that they're doing in some places South America for, Brazil. It could be other places. Yeah. They have these
People
balloons
thought
for
it was
sale.
a UFO with landing gear. That's what the first thing on here says.
That one we saw, what's interesting about it is it almost does look like you can see through it.
Yeah.
And that would make sense.
Like I was saying last week, I have some friends that they do this kind of thing, that not to fake UFOs, but they make these real super light flying balloons, whatever you want, kites, whatever you want to call them.
I didn't think it was a balloon because it was going in a straight line, but if it's caught in an air current, isn't it just going to float in a straight line?
That's what this does.
Yeah, look at that shape from a side, way up high. We ain't going to see the points or the sticking out, you know what I'm saying? Look at that bottom, too. It's very much could be something like that. Only thing I would say is the size of that, look at that there, okay? That's pretty big. But how big is it when it gets way out there compared to what we were seeing in that video, which seems like it's way out there? At distance, it's hard to tell, though.
Yeah.
I'd like to see this scene at a distant shot if they got one. There we go. That's good. Okay. Yeah, size could be about it, too. I mean, this guy's gotten it up closer. Look, whatever they were seeing was definitely farther back from where they were, and they were zooming in on it.
Yeah.
Well, this guy can zoom in. You can see it. But if it was off in the distance pretty far away, Yeah. All right, we can move on. That's a good one. Good possibility. Now we got to worry about balloon stars and stuff like that out there to set people on. So, next article. Scientists scoured the internet for evidence of time travel. Could a potential time traveler have inadvertently posted information about future events online? Question whether or not time travel has or ever will be possible has long remained a topic of heated debate, with some arguing that if it's possible to travel through time, we would have already seen some kind of evidence that time travelers from the future have been here. I postulate that maybe the real UFOs, the ones we can't explain, could be possible time travelers. That could be your evidence. Oh, let me get your share screen back. Could be the possible evidence. And some of the alien contactee statements when they get predictions of the future or stuff told about the future from aliens, because they're time travelers, or parallel universe travelers come from an alternate timeline, a future possibility. I don't know.
Shadow people, they could be aliens or time travelers, like slipping through some sort of glitch or.
Well, anyways, they did this whole internet search. And the only thing that they could find that really, this is really lame. What they find, what they tested. They used this whole comet ISON, this comet ISON, that nobody knew about until 2012, and they wanted to see if there's any mention of it anywhere in the annals of the internet before then, because there's no one who would have known about it or had any clue about it until 2012. But they didn't find anything. That's the short end of it. They didn't find anything. I think it's kind of a poor test, don't you? Okay, I'm a time traveler. I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about some random comet nobody gives a bleep about.
They probably used AI to collect it anyway.
I get why they pick some kind of obscure thing, because people, I guess that, there's some things people make predictions of that some people could say, well, we kind of knew that might happen, like certain assassination attempt, stuff like that. But I don't know, picking a random comment. It's an interesting idea to scour the internet for the search of time travelers. John Teeter, I think that's a hoax, but it was an interesting one. I'm interested in time travel. I'd love them to find evidence of it, but I could have told them the end result of that with the comet thing. I don't know. Find something else. Find something. What would a time traveler come to talk about? Like that, future prediction. If they can't warn us about this, something, I guess,
Stop ruining the earth. Stop playing God.
That's a good one. That's what the aliens keep telling people in alien abductions. Maybe evidence of time travelers. My idea is parallel universe time travelers, like from a future possibility, because the future is always in motion. But that's it for this part of the World Wide Web of Weird. Tonight is Open Lines Night, and we are going to extend. We got more weird stories. Heck, we didn't even get through how many did we get through so far? Not many.
Yeah.
4 articles. We're really taking our time. We got plenty to go. We'll see if we get through all of them. And then we're going to open up the phone lines when we come back. We'll take your calls in between stories, see who calls in tonight. Don't know if we're going to do the full show or not. We'll see. But we will be right back after the short commercial break.
Join us every Wednesday night at midnight Eastern Standard Time for Weird Wednesday, the live stream, with your hosts Jamie, the Living Dead Girl, and Rob, the Phantom, where we'll talk about all things paranormal, including zodiac, astrology, tarot card and oracle card readings, live ghost boxing and spirit communication, where we'll do Voices from Beyond, the Cold Case Files. So we hope you join us live on Facebook and YouTube every Wednesday night at midnight Eastern Standard Time. We hope to see you there. Bye-bye.
Since 1948, Fate magazine has brought you reports of the strange and unknown, all of them true. Fate Radio is carrying on that tradition, bringing you the unusual, macabre, strange, and bizarre. Join host Kat Hobson Sunday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern on WBHM Digital Broadcasting.
Of the second kind, physical evidence of a UFO. Close encounters of the third kind, contact. From Steven Spielberg, the director of Jaws, comes one of the most ambitious and unusual films ever made. And what you will see has never been seen before. It's a cosmic mystery crossing what many scientists believe will be the next threshold of human experience. It is called Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It begins in an Indiana town and leads to one inescapable conclusion. We are not alone. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Certificate A. Now showing at the Odeon, Leicester Square.
The international chart-topping, haunted horror of Haverfordwest has been described as terrifyingly real, a must-read, shocking and chilling brilliance, genuinely worrying, utterly frightening. Don't read before bed. Described as one of the spookiest writers out there, best-selling author G.L. Davies presents Haunted, Horror of Haverfordwest, the true paranormal account that is shocking the world. Dare you enter? Dare you read? Haunted, Horror of Haverfordwest is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, and wherever books are sold. Pray you never have to live there.
This is the sound of a space clock aboard a U.S. satellite 180 miles above the Earth. No one winds up this timepiece. It's powered by a tiny battery, a battery that delivers power for years without replacement. Now the same type of battery, the Duracell battery, can bring new reliability and long life to your battery-operated equipment. Radios, cameras, toys, all run far longer. Duracell batteries, the long-distance power cells, outlast any ordinary battery. The same type of battery that keeps space clocks running for years can bring long life to anything powered by batteries. Dura, as in durable. Cell, as in power cell. The Duracell battery, made by Mallory.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from Talkstream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Switch to DCS ranging.
240, nominal to profile.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Tonight on Paranormal Soup, it is Open Lines Night and Extended World Wide Web of Weird. We will be continuing to go over, we're sort of way behind already, on our World Wide Web of Weird stories, and take your phone calls in between. You want to call in and talk about, anything. I don't want to get into politics. I really don't. I just don't care. So let's talk about paranormal. What's your experience? Like, have you had a paranormal experience? Are you experienced? As Jimi Hendrix would say. I hope you are. I think you are if you're here, you're watching, listening, wherever. Call in and share. We got to compare notes. That's what I always say on this show. This is like our paranormal discussion group, our support group. There you go, paranormal support group. That's what it is. Let's talk. That's what Open Lines is about. And we'll have a lot of these because, like I said, I'm getting more picky about my guests. And I am having a little bit shorter shows because of it, but that's all right. I enjoy talking to you guys. So we will open up the phone lines. 219-230-4444 is the number I remember off the top of my head. There's also Skype ID jblandoo, or there's another jbland paranormal soup. You can call in those ways. There's one other phone number I forgot. I'll get it out to you. We'll have it up on the screens. It's in the show descriptions too. But we got a lot to get to, a lot more weird in the World Wide Web of Weird. So let's go ahead and get rolling into the show. All right, continuing. Phone lines are open. Let me put the little... I add to stage. That's what I want. Banner up so you guys can see. 219-230-4444, 260-225-9419. Skype ID, jblandoo, or jbland paranormal soup. Those are the ways to call in. And my special friend in Romania, I'll keep an eye out on Discord. If you're going to try to get on that Discord, let me know. Send me a message. I'd love to hear some of your Romanian stories. Romanian friend out there. Anyways, so infamous witch or monkey witch entity torments Nicaraguan neighborhood. Residents in the neighborhood in Nicaragua say they are being tormented by an infamous supernatural being known as Mona Bruja, or monkey witch. According to local media report, the strange case is currently unfolding in an area within the city of Duriamba. I totally butchered that, I'm sure. Long-standing legend in Latin American countries, particularly Nicaragua, the Mana Bruja is said to be a witch who transforms into a diminutive red-eyed monkey with a debilitating shriek and a penchant for running along rooftops. Recently, people living in Dimbaramba's Roberto Clemente neighborhood have begun to suspect the folkloric figure has taken up residence in their community. One frightened resident who opted not to reveal his face for a TV reporting on the situation recounted hearing the Mana Brua tapping on the wall of his home before suddenly running along the roof. That's paranormal, the man marveled, claiming to have caught a glimpse of it as it was fleeing the scene. The witness went on to indicate that the people living in the neighborhood attempted to capture the unsettling interloper, but laminated that the Mana Bruja is seemingly aware of their schemes and refuses to manifest when one is waiting for her. Least one think this case is an isolated incident. Similar suspected incursions by the monkey witch in Nicaragua reportedly occurred back in 2021, and we talked about it on here, when people in the city of Garanda were certain that the entity was in their midst due to sizable stones that were mysteriously being thrown on the roofs of their homes. Remember us covering that? We covered it, so the monkey witch is back. Oh, why am I getting a buzzing? Is that from one of you? Sorry.
I was muted. I wonder what time of year that was the first time.
It doesn't give me a date, but let me look. Hold on. I can get the original article, maybe. It was in June. Oh, no, that's this when this first article came out. Darn it, I thought this was the link to the original article. No, it isn't. Sometimes they'll link the original article when they talk about Monkey Witch 2021 in Nicaragua reportedly, and I hit the link, but it goes the one that's listed here in June of 2024.
I'll look it up. It's all right.
I don't know.
Lost me at monkeys.
Monkey
I don't play with no monkeys.
All right. I am getting like a buzzing from one of you. It's not Jamie. It's Rob. Your mic volume is a bit high. It could be that, Rob. If you maybe take down your mic volume a little bit, it could be part of it. All right, we'll move on.
Is it still buzzing?
A little bit, yeah, I hear it. Sorry. It might not be that bad. I have the headphones. Sometimes I hear more than what's coming really through. So, all right. Weird mystery creature filmed in Argentina. So we got a couple weird creatures. We got one this is the one that's filmed, and then we have the recent one, just recent, from Rocky Mountain Sasquatch, which I love. Has their picture or trail cam of a Bigfoot, maybe, or Dogman. Dogman, a lot of people are saying. But we're going to do this one in Argentina first. Odd viral video from Argentina shows a mysterious creature sitting in a field, and some believe that bizarre beast could be the supernatural in nature. The footage of the unidentified animal was reportedly posted to TikTok earlier this week by a man who claimed that it was filmed by his neighbor in the city of Reconquista, if I'm saying that right. No one knows what it is, he wrote, of the mysterious dark creature that seems to support unusually long limbs, though indicated that it is not the first time something like this had appeared in the area. Since being posted online, the man's video has spread like wildfire on social media in Argentina, amassing over 3 million views and spawning a variety of theories as to what the weird creature might be. Some observers have suggested that the animal could be a legendary supernatural hellhound known as Lobizan, as you say it. However, more skeptical viewers argue that the animal is merely a regular dog licking its paw. With that in mind, what do you make of it, about this? Go ahead and play it. The whole shape of the thing is very weird, but the quality isn't the greatest. The arms seem a bit long. Definitely see like a hound's head, like some kind of dog-like head. But that's all you got of it, and it's TikTok. I'd love to know who shot this, where they shot this, and why it's only this much video. I mean, if you saw something like this, is it going to be 3 seconds you're filming? How did it exit? Where did it leave? I'm not saying it's fake. It's just these are things I ask. and wonder when I get a 3-second TikTok video of something weird like this. I mean, look at that. You can see it's like a dog's head.
I just can't make it out.
Yeah. And it's Argentina. Sitting in a field, some believe this is bizarre beast to say. Sitting in a field. I'd like to know where that field is. Is it near a graveyard? Curious. I don't know. It's curious. I can't tell you what this is, though.
I could see it being a dog licking its front leg, but front legs look awful, like weird, long.
It is odd. I just, give me some provenance.
Looks like a baby elephant.
In Argentina?
Yeah.
I thought the same thing too, an elephant at first.
Baby elephant. Are there elephants in Argentina? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's curious.
I don't see a head of a dog.
I do. I see the head of the dog right past the arm there.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see its ear and its slope of its head, and like a muzzle when the head moves up. If you hit play, you might see it. Barely get a second. I mean, elephants are kind of a other hemisphere.
Yeah, but that's why I was tripping out, because to me, my first thing was that was like a baby elephant doing something.
There's presently only 4 living elephants in Argentina. And in zoos. So no, not an elephant. Digicabra?
Could be an alien elephant.
Part of the video, the head looked a little more translucent. It almost even looked like a big cat head. Like right around in here, I think. When it moved,
Like it's definitely got it. Its hind legs are laying down on the ground. It's an odd body position for a dog. A bit odd, but it doesn't mean it isn't. It's a bit, it's hard to say. It is odd, though. Oh, shoot.
Definitely
All
weird.
All right, so on to the next one that a lot of people are talking about. Let me see. It should be Article 7 we're on, right? Yes. And I got 2. This is from Rocky Mountain Sasquatch, I believe it is. Fantastic, this is from Tim Bindle from Coast to Coast. Fantastic camera photo from North Carolina shows a remarkably clear view of what appears to be a mysterious bipedal creature that some believe could be Bigfoot. The eyebrow-raising image reportedly emerged earlier this week by the way of website block. What the heck is that? Sorry, I get some messages on my phone here. It screwed me up. Where am I at? Oh, emerged earlier this week in the way of a Reddit post. Yeah, Reddit's like TikTok. From an individual who claimed to have stumbled upon the picture online. Beyond that assertion, the photo was taken by a game camera in North Carolina. The circumstances surrounding the picture are shrouded in mystery. Be that as it may, the image sparked considerable discussion online as to whether or not this was genuine. If so, what the weird creature might be. To that end, they have suggested the odd animal in the photo is the legendary Bigfoot, possibly looking downward in the fashion that obscures its head. Due to the creature's unusual legs, others have posited it could be the infamous Dogman cryptid. Meanwhile, more skeptical observers point to the dubious origin of the image and argue that they're either AI generated or simply the product of some other kind of digital manipulation. Digicabra. I don't know.
It's all butt and no neck.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what? He still kind of got a flat booty too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, but the Dogman part comes up because of those legs. So if you look at the legs, the way that I get the Dogman thing. Or werewolf in the middle of transition.
Yeah.
Or Digicabra AI, because this has the lighting. You've seen a lot of these AI ones when it does the black and white.
Yeah.
Like an AI black and white. I've seen them. It's very similar lighting.
Yeah, it's got this kind of weird.
Look how in focus it is. Like great trail cam picture there.
It's got this weird hazy thing.
I'm very dubious. I'm very skeptical of this one. If it's real, this would be a great photo. I would no way is that a bear or anything else, but some kind of cryptid. But I have a feeling this is AI generated.
Yeah, it's just got this weird hazy thing around the front of it.
And that's why the body is amorphous in a sense. Like it seems like a solid thing, but it's like the AI couldn't figure out what it wanted to poop out. Bigfoot or Dogman, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's real. I am not an expert. I don't know. I love Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. They're just reporting it. It's not a criticism of them. It's just, this is Reddit. It's like TikTok. I don't know. I need provenance. Who's in North Carolina? Okay, who's trail cam? Where? Provenance. I don't know. We're in the land of illusion. I don't know if AI made this or not, but it's very possible. I mean, it can make a whole digital video for you now, besides pictures. Zoom in more on that. On it.
It's like it just forgot the head. I've been playing with the Meta one just for the hell of it. And I get extra arms. I'll have like really pretty witch doing this or that. She'll have like an extra arm with a candle up.
Yeah, it's definitely not the body shape of what you would think of a Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? Bigfoot. It doesn't even look like it's that tall, but it's hard to say.
Plus, the feet don't look really that big compared to the stature of the ape.
Heather says shapeshifter. Yeah, I mean possibly somebody in the transformation stage. I believe it's possible.
I mean, if it was this image and it had a head like up here, yeah, maybe his neck's bent over. I don't know.
The way there's something about the lighting that makes me feel like this is AI generated.
Yeah,
the lighting isn't right or something. Todd, our resident a-hole, would be better suited as a photographer to comment on that. How right does the AI get the? Yeah, it's supposed to be a trail cam.
So there wouldn't be a shadow in the way.
It'd be the IR lights from the trail cam hitting right on it.
Yeah, it's just this weird shadow thing up front that's throwing.
Yeah. I don't know. This one I think people have been debating about for years, and I got one. I might be after this. I don't know. I got another one here that I remember 11 years ago or whatever. That's now resurfaced online. Is this one?
Yeah.
I think this one's. We talked about this on the show years ago. We had some Bigfoot guests. We were reviewing Bigfoot, some of the best, and this is one of the ones they liked.
One of the first real popular ones.
Yeah. Well, it's resurfacing online. You know why these things are? I hate it as much as I hate to say it. It is TikTok. Some of these kids never saw this video. I say kids. It's the majority of the audience, and that's how these things get viral. Some of these kids were never into this stuff or never saw it, or they're too young. And they're just getting exposed to this evidence they told was never there. They've been told there's no such thing as Bigfoot or anything evidence. There's no real evidence, but there are lots of evidence. I mean, how many of these kids I talked to, they had never heard of the Pattinson-Giblin Bigfoot film. They don't know what I'm talking about. Some do, but most don't. So they see this old footage and like, wow, and then it goes viral. Everybody starts sharing it, because all these young kids have never seen it. It's kind of cool, in a sense. We get to revisit this stuff. But so this one's making the rounds again. This footage, which has been doing the rounds for some years now, gained renewed attention recently when it was picked up by a number of news sites and spread around on social media. The clips from an old documentary entitled The Great North, which was shot by a Japanese film crew. The crew had been situated on the side of a river in a remote part of Quebec, Canada, while capturing footage of a herd of caribou wading through the water and then running off towards the hills. They had always remained adamant that nobody else was present on the other side of the river. Despite this, a strange figure can be seen briefly standing up, running toward the right, and then crouching back down behind a grassy rise that blocks them from view. The identity of the mysterious figure has generated some heated debate over the years, with some suggesting that the clip is evidence of a Bigfoot roaming in the Canadian wilderness, and others maintaining that it's simply a person with a backpack, despite the crew not seeing anyone. Others again believe that the figure is actually an optical illusion, and that what you can see in the footage is a caribou or other animal that happens to be partially hidden from view. I don't believe that last one. I really don't. You'll see. I don't think this is misidentification or shadowing of a caribou on the other side of the hill. This is something stalking these, in my opinion. If this is real, this looks like something stalking these. Go ahead and watch.
It reminds me of a gorilla for some reason.
There'll be a zoom in of it. This is the original footage. Now, it could be just a person on the other side of the hill. There's no doubt that that's the big possibility of it. But this does seem like something stalking them.
Could be the reason they take off running.
I don't think it's a caribou. They try to say it's a caribou in the lighting. I don't. But it is interesting that some of this footage and the stuff gets another take. I do like that. I don't want it to be forgotten. We're still discussing it. We don't know. Let's keep looking at it, We'll never know. I mean, and the worst part is the newer stuff that comes out, like the last one we were talking about, the trail cam footage. Is it AI? Is it Digicabra? We don't know the truth anymore. That's sad. Video evidence will not prove Bigfoot. That's the sad deal of it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it will. Because everybody's going to be like Digicabra or Man in a Suit or, every excuse that could go out there as logically as they should. All right, we can move on. All right, I think that's it for Bigfoot's, Digicabras, Dogmen. Now we're going to get some ghost stuff. And then we're going to get back into some UFO stuff. The phone lines are open if you want to call in and stop me at any time. You can make sure they're open. I'm not on Do Not Disturb, am I? No, I'm not. You're just not calling in. 219-230-4444, 260-225-9419. Call in. All right. Next one. Eerie ghostly face shows up in photograph of dark attic doorway. Very eerie skeptical... excuse me. Unexplained mysteries here. It's not their bad mind. Very eerie spectacle was recently captured on camera at the dark and forbidding entrance to someone's attic. The image was posted into a Facebook group by a Belgian user, Jeanette Andritos. Appears at a glance to be a little more than a shot of an unremarkable doorway. A friend of mine caught this on camera in his attic. They wrote, "What do you guys think?" Upon brightening up the image, it is possible to see what appears to be a human-like face in the upper left-hand corner of the doorway, seemingly just floating there without being attached to anything. It wasn't long before the image began generating quite a lot of interest online. I'd be moving out. That's what I think, one person wrote, while another added, "Oh, heck no, I'm out." Exactly what the ghostly face actually is remains unclear. Could it be some sort of object hanging up in the doorway, a deliberately fabricated hoax, or something generally paranormal? There should be another photo with a zoom in on that. I should have like a B, photo B of that. There it is. I don't know if I had a photo C. I think I have a photo C too, but that's the zoomed in, or a little more, the actual photo lightened up to see the face. Now, I've had experiences as a paranormal investigator and life experiences more than several times with a spirit in somebody's attic. I really believe, for some reason, this is where the spirits hang out, is their attics. I don't know why, and I'm not being facetious. I've seen so much of this evidence.
I think to the basements and the attics, and again, I think is because we're all energy and we take up space. I've done that when I was measuring in my house. I think they go to hide to get away, like while they're checking stuff out. That though looks like clip art that they added. Like I 100% believe in like ghosts and spirits and energy going into those places.
Kind of looks like Adam Driver, Kylo Ren.
That looks just like the apps I have that you just add the faces.
But it is a common occurrence to get a photo of a ghost and it's just like a floating head or a face.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it with my eyes. I've seen a floating head, faces come out through a corner of a wall in the house I lived in. So, I mean, how's that going to show up on film? But yeah, it does look like somebody cut it out and put Adam Driver's face there in the corner.
I've like reproduced some of these like perfectly, and people were still tripping out like, "Oh my god, that's crazy!" I'm like, "No, I made that."
Oh yeah, I mean, you can do it on a simple phone app now. I mean, it's so simple for somebody to make a fake photo. I mean, I don't know. Again, Digicabra, Digighost. We're in land of illusion. Again, there is not going to be a single photograph ever to prove the existence of the afterlife or the paranormal. I don't think there is. I mean, there's some great.
100% I took that picture, and I swear on everything I love, I did not add that.
Yeah, I mean, provenance and people's testimony add the credibility to a picture. That's the only thing you can get to get it as credible as possible. But even still, there's going to be people who are going to call those people liars. Multiple people, witnesses to the event, and photographing it, like what is the lady in brown or no? Lady Brown, classic one. You know, there's multiple witnesses to that. You know, I mean, I don't know. And again, I'm always curious why spirits hang out in the attic. You know, like you said, is it the energy? They could go to the recesses of the home, the dark spots. You know, they got to get away from our energy or something. And maybe that's why they want to get people out.
With equipment, and I could follow the blobs and see where it was going. Oh, echo.
Yeah, I don't know why we had echo. It's not me. I heard it too.
And you could feel it like dart away and go to these.
I've seen it. I've seen a black mass in an attic of an old church. I mean, is this why ghosts are like or do the ghost thing? You know, where they scare people and like tell them the classic EVP that I've gotten a billion times, get out. You know, is because I'm tired of living in the attic. Get the heck out. This was my place. You know.
I think their energy takes as much space as our energy would. And that's why I've always wondered, like smoking or in general, does that fill up airspace like that harms them? Does that take away their space?
Or they just want people walking through them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But it's fascinating because I've seen it. I've had that experience with other people investigating of spirits that they were residing up in an attic. The best one, my cousin Phil lived in this place. Where a little girl ghost most of the time spent her time in the attic, and he rented it from these people, and they had all this stuff they had packed away up there. Well, they pack it away, it wouldn't matter. The little girl ghost would pull out all the shoes and line them up. They could repack them all, but that little girl ghost would pull them all out, line up the shoes. You know. And one time my cousin got really frightened when they heard really loud banging coming from the attic too. Like, you know, like the spirit wasn't happy, but you know. Again, it was a little girl ghost that, you know, obviously staying out. They would find their cabinets and stuff in the kitchen opened and pots and pans out, weird stuff like that, you know. But most of the time where that ghost was in the attic. You could almost feel that's where she was.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And especially like the attics that have like the arches or like the low ceilings, I've noticed. Like the really small areas where they have like the little pockets they can just kind of like run and hide in and kind of get away from people. That's just always been the way I feel, and I could feel myself scare them out of spots like that before.
Yeah.
And I've seen them.
Well, this next one's interesting. All right. So let me see if the article works. Mysterious footprints in Rayong spark ghostly speculation. Mysterious ghostly footprints believed to belong to a dead neighbor have caused a stir in Rayong, with residents convinced he's returned to say goodbye. Rayong, where is this at? I forgot. Is this in Thailand, I think? Oh. At 6 p.m. yesterday, July 22nd, Rayong reporters investigated an unusual belief among locals that mysterious footprints found in the area belonged to a recently deceased neighbor known affectionately as Uncle. The footprints were discovered by 35-year-old Rapat, if that's how you say his name, who posted about them on Facebook. He recounted that waking up around 5 a.m. to find the footprints and initially thought it was a prank. However, after reviewing CCTV footage, he found nothing but blinking infrared signals. The footprints smeared with mud not found at his home seemed to come from the deceased neighbor's house. This neighbor had kept himself with only Pripat's family being aware of his death. Pripat led reporters to the footprints originating from the deceased house. The muddy footprints were approximately 40 centimeters in length, traced a path from the single-story townhouse to a nearby shop, a distance about 5 meters. He expressed confidence that the size and direction of the footprints indicated they belonged to Uncle. Despite further scrutiny of the CCTV footage from the midnight to early morning, nothing unusual appeared except for the flickering infrared light. Adding to the mystery, Pripat tried washing the footprints away with water, but they reappeared once the water dried. He suggested that perhaps only rain could wash them away. Pripat's 50-year-old mother, Tai, who owns the local shop, also shared her experience. She saw footprints early in the morning and traced them back to Uncle's house. She noted that the footprints seemed to stop in the circle in front of her shop. Tai firmly believes the footprints are Uncle, as they were close neighbors. Uncle, a fisherman who often visited her shops to buy beer and chat after returning from his boat trips. Before his death, he had expressed feeling unwell and mentioned a premonition. He promised to buy sweets for the local children if he caught 100 kilograms of squid that evening. Shortly after returning home, an ambulance arrived, and Ty learned that Uncle had fallen in the bathroom. His wife called for help. His wife called for help, and he was pronounced dead at the hospital. His family later took him to his hometown in Samet Sakan for funeral rites. Ty is convinced the footprints our uncle left as a final farewell. She noted that it was a significant religious day, the 7th day since his death, and the day of his cremation. She believes he returned to keep his promise to the children, leaving the footprints as a sign. And then you can see kind of barely there the footprints left. Like I said, they tried to wash him away. Supernatural footprints, they have been reported over the years, centuries. I like the story. I don't see any reason why people would, lie or make the somebody could have gone out there and made the footprints. But it sounds like a very personal thing and a personal message to these people. So I think it's very possible this is real. All right, now we're on to some moving, UFO moving stuff here. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, so remember I was talking about land of illusion, world of illusion. We don't know what's real anymore. Be very suspect when you get UFO footage. Whoa, am I getting echo? I'm getting echo. Rob, is it coming from you? I'm getting major echo.
Is it coming from me?
Testing. Yeah, I'm getting echo. Now it went down some. Now I'm not hearing it. Nope. So yeah, it came from your end somehow. Weird. That is weird. There it is. I'm getting you unmute. Okay, you're gonna jump back on.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll wait for Rob to get back. Anybody want to call in while we wait for Rob to reset and see? Because we're gonna lose his share screen there in a second. Phone lines are open. 219-230-4444, 260-225-9419, Skype ID oojblandoo or jblandparanormalsoup. Those are the lines. Let me make sure sideline is open. It is. And Skype is open. Why nobody want to call in and talk? Was that you said something?
No, you said that.
You just... I was talking, but I heard another female voice come in.
Oh, I started saying, where'd Rob go?
Oh, where'd Rob go? Okay. Oh, that's right. You came back. We were getting echo from Rob.
Oh.
Like major echo coming through. So he's going to reset. It's weird. I don't think he changed anything. Just showing the videos. I don't know why it's echoing.
I had to go grab a cat from down the hall. I didn't realize it got out last time.
Oh, no. Yeah, this next footage, we're gonna, as soon as I get Rob back, or I'll share it and show it. Hopefully Rob figures it out. Where am I find the article? Where was I at? Here we go. We'll see if Rob gets back. Otherwise, I'll pull it up. But this next footage, maybe I'm being too skeptical, but as I got this from Coast to Coast AM, of course, Tim Binnell. It's filmed by tourists in Ibiza. This is an island. Where is it at? Where is Ibiza? Video from Spain. Oh, it's an island in Spain. There's Rob. Okay. I don't hear echo. So far, so good.
Cool.
It's weird. Weird to happen. Intriguing video from Spanish island off Ibiza, or Baza, you know say it, shows what appears to be an odd UFO that appeared in the sky near the moon and then took off at incredible speed. According to local media report, the peculiar footage came to light on Sunday when it was posted on the official TikTok account of the popular tourist destination. The strange sighting was said to have covered the previous day as a group of people gathered on the beach to watch the sunset near the iconic islet known as Esa Verda. Suddenly, their attention is diverted to the different point in the sky when a little girl cries, "Look, look, look," and points towards a rather sizable orb that had appeared near the moon. As seen in the footage here, the witness turns to see the odd UFO, which resembles a hazy-looking ball of light. The object suddenly zips away in the blink of an eye, which elicits cries of astonishment from the group of onlookers. Since being posted online, the curious clip has gone viral on social media in Spain, with some noting Esa Verda's long history of high strangeness, which includes UFO reports as an indication that the object was otherworldly. However, more skeptical observers have suggested that the video may merely be a clever marketing stunt from the official Ibiza, you can say that, account, or failing that some kind of meteorological phenomenon. I don't think it's a meteorological phenomenon. Now, this comes from the tourist group for the island, the official tourist TikTok page, or whatever. So is this like, hey, look, we have UFOs. You come here vacation. You know, is that what's going on here? Play the video. Let's hear what you think. It zips away fast, and they go, whoa! I always say when they're, they never hardly ever show you the UFO leaving, when people say it took off, and then they don't have a video of it. Because it's always like, to me, the giveaway. It never looks right when it's CGI. And this, to me, looks like CGI. I slowed it way down here so you can kind of see it taking off. But you see how fast the original goes. Gone. And I'm not saying they can't do that. I've definitely, witnesses have seen it. They zip away. I just don't feel like that's how it looks on the camera. Frame by frame, it doesn't look right.
And it's convenient how they start to pan back before it happens just to
Well, he's already going to shoot it. She's going, whoa, look, look, look. And he's already heading there. Like, he's running up to film it.
Oh.
They don't have a local news. They didn't want to turn this in. It's just this tourist site that has the video. Who are the people?
I guess since
Land of Illusion.
They're hoping to get some increase in tourism, perhaps.
Maybe. Times are tough. I hate to be the skeptical guy that says that, but it just does not look real to me. Even though there's people's reactions to it, which I love to have in a video, there's this looks like CGI.
They could have been saying, ooh, about like a little like starfish or something down the way.
Well, no, they're pointing up. This could all be acting, and that's what I'm saying. I think this was pre-planned, like, you're going to run out here, you're going to go, oh, look, and then we're going to put it all in. I don't know.
That's so rotten.
I mean, you got tourists and people sitting there. She's running up. Go ahead and play. Go all the way back. Go all the way back to the original. I mean, they react. Reaction in a video is great. Is it real? I don't know. The provenance is a bit skeptical. You know what I'm saying? It comes from a tourist agency for this island. I mean, would you go through all that just to get people to come tour? I don't know. But like I said, it just doesn't look real to me. It's always the exit. It doesn't look real.
Get little kids to lie. Pretend you
just say, hey, you're going to run out here and you're going to point and you just say this, and the guy runs up the camera and you fill it in.
Yeah.
I mean,
go up there and
maybe it's real.
Ooh.
It's just, I don't know. Let's move on. Next one, I think, is Scotland. I think this is a photo, but this is an odd photo. I wonder if there's video out there of this. There's another coast-to-coast Tim Binnell. A truly bizarre UFO was recently seen floating over a Scottish town by an astonished witness who likened the enormous, oddly shaped black object to something out of a Harry Potter. According to a local media report, the very weird aerial anomaly appeared in the sky over the community of Bellshill in this past Friday. The unnamed woman who observed the peculiar UFO recalled that she gazed up at the sky after hearing what she thought was a helicopter, and to her profound surprise, instead of that, she saw this wondrous object floating toward her.
Like a drone?
I don't know what that is.
If she said she thought she heard a helicopter.
Right, but doesn't resemble. I don't know what that is.
It's not the bird crap on the glass.
And she goes, I thought it was just strange, she mused, and reminded me of something out of Harry Potter the closer it got. Remarkably, the woman noted that the object was still dark even when it passed over my house. So it wasn't just some smudge. This thing she saw with her eyes float over her house. The object was still dark even when it passed over my house. Fortunately, the quick-thinking witness managed to capture footage of the anomaly, which allows for some additional clarity. Oh, was there footage? I missed that. Let me see.
Yeah, and you can see it turn sideways a little bit.
Oh, it's off of a website. Let me see if I can find the footage. If it's even worth looking at. Might have to send Rob the link. it's got like ads and stuff that play because it's just a website video. UFO spot in sky over Belshil. All right, let me get the link to this. I'll send it to you, Rob. See, I didn't see the video link earlier when I found this article. Oh, we got a call. All right, yeah. All right, there is a video. I'm going to take this call. I'm going to send you the link, Rob. All right, whoever I got on phone line, hold on 1 second. I'm going to put it in the our Paranormal Soup messenger thing. So that's got the video. I don't know if you can pull it up on that website. While you check that out, let me see who do we got on the line.
Hey, Jason and Rob and Jamie, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Hey.
Yeah, excellent. Rob, sorry.
Is Ariana?
For your loss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, how's Ariana?
Did I call in?
Oh, I'm glad you did. How you doing?
Lots of drama. Let's call it. What I don't know. This is definitely off topic. You're doing a lot of UFO stuff.
No, we're doing
tonight.
all kinds of stuff. I had Bigfoot, I had Ghost, I got UFOs. We got all whatever goes.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
soup.
I've been. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Jamie.
No, you're fine. Keep talking.
No.
Oh, okay. I've been hearing more train sounds, and they're picking people up, that have passed, and where there are no trains near me.
Really? So you're hearing train sounds, but there's no tracks near you for you to hear train.
Yeah.
That's
right.
odd, Ziriana. That would
Right.
be odd. I live right next to train tracks, so I mean, like, that's an everyday occurrence for me, hearing trains. But if you've lived there, how long?
Oh, this is what, 7 going on 7
Long
years?
enough. Yeah, long enough.
7 years?
So you never heard trains
Yeah,
there
I mean,
until recently.
Yeah.
Or their
I mean,
tracks.
I've lived near. No. I've lived near trains in the past, and they came regularly, But I've also been seeing lots of lost, and this is probably the wrong word, shadow people, like just walking around. I mean, they're not dangerous. They're not.
Well, I picked up my shadow person off of train tracks. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Only other thing I'd say is, like, historically, have you ever known if there was, like, abandoned old railroad tracks that aren't used anymore around the area? It used to be trains that went through.
Well, yeah. We have what is known as a linear trail, a canal line. Used to be a connecting. It was a business train, from one part of the town to the other part of the town.
Maybe
Wasn't anything that was like. Maybe, yeah, but this is something new. I haven't heard that before. I mean, I don't say I don't live that close to it, but I have never heard that before.
Are you hearing? Are you just hearing the rumbling of a train, or are you hearing the horn sounds at all, or what are you hearing?
Yeah, the horn sounds.
Oh, you're hearing the horn sounds.
Yeah, and I learned what the difference is on the horn sounds, whistle sounds, whatever you may call them, and they're definitely picking people up.
You think they're picking you think they're picking people up like it's a passenger train?
Well, yeah, like it takes once someone passes, they
like souls.
Like a soul. Yeah. You know, and it's kind of like it's a connecting. You know, instead of well,
there are some people that have had near-death experiences where they report actually getting on a train. Others report getting on an airplane. I don't know. You know, it's just the person's perception, what dreams may come kind of deal, like what you expect, or what they can best relate you for taking a journey in your mind or your soul or that afterlife. So it's possible maybe you're hearing something like that. I mean, I would go inspect. You know, it's got to be nearby enough that you would be able to see if they were reusing those tracks or something you would hear. But if there's no tracks around you, I mean, that's incredible. Have you noted, like, have you figured out like somebody died in the neighborhood and then you hear the train or?
Well, there have been that's another thing I was going to mention. There have been a lot of people that are passing for different reasons, you know, whether they were sick or whatever the case was. But you know, a lot more people I've noticed have passed, and I don't know if it's I don't think it's a good trend at that point. But it's definitely I look for signs, and I think it's a sign, and I don't think it's a good thing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you trust your gut. Do you get a bad feeling when you hear it, or?
Well, I mean, I just feel sad. It's more over a sad sound, you know, like the train's here, you know.
My next thing I would say to you too is if you have like, you know, just like even a memo or voice recorder thing on your phone or something like that, is when it happens again, go outside and see if you can record it. The sound, it might be hard, you know, if it's a faint sound, it'd be hard to pick up. But see if you can record it. Oh, we just lost Rob.
And some towns where they would have like the bubonic plague, things like that, because people would die so frequently, they would send the coroner's cars up and down the streets, and they would honk, honk, honk. And if you had a dead inside, you would like bring them out. But that would be in an area where there was a lot of disease, and I don't know if they did that by train also.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And the main thing is I would also look into the history of the area, like were there other trains or train tracks in the area, because, I mean, ghost trains are a thing. You know, people have reported old train tracks are never used again, but yet seen a train on it. And like I said, when you talk about shadow people, my shadow person experience is in Mike Ricksecker's Paranormal Encounters Volume 2, I believe. Is in there about my shadow person experience, and it was from a set of train tracks that crisscrossed over each other. And this entity, this shadow person, didn't show up until the train went by. And we found out later, people had died right in that spot, hit by the train in mysterious ways. So I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. No, like I said, I've been noticing that. Plus, like I said, I always watch signs for anything that's going, you know, anything that's unusual, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot more signs. It seems to be accelerating with me, all the different signs, and it's almost like when I look at a clock. Well, I've always done this. Jamie can relate to it, and I'm sure maybe you and Rob can relate to it. That every time I look at a clock or my phone or whatever, and it's like 111, 222, things like that, you know.
Yeah.
And a few times when I've looked at, you know, at my phone or a clock, it's almost like flashing that number, you know.
Definitely a sign. Have you looked up the meaning of it? I'm bad at remembering the meaning of all those different numbers people see.
I don't know. I always thought that they were from the angelic realm, angels, you know, the three numbers.
You can look up the angel numbers, and you get various, it's almost like pulling a tarot card. You get various meanings for what that can mean, and then you see what stands out to you. You stop and think about what you were doing, thinking, smelling, tasting, like right when that happened.
Yeah. So I would. Sometimes
I got to pull a card. like use that as maybe they want me to pull a tarot card.
Yeah. Yeah. I also feel being watched, but it's not UFO or aliens. This is, I think, the angelic realm or a higher vibration. I don't know the correct term.
Yeah.
I apologize. But yeah, lots of weird stuff going on.
Well, that train thing is really interesting. Like I said, next time it happens, see if you record it. You know.
Yeah.
And if you don't pick it up, there's sounds people hear that aren't going to be picked up on a recorder. But I'm interested to see what happens if you record.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. Lots of weird stuff going on. Not just Wednesday, every day it seems.
Oh, I hear you. Well, thank you for calling in, Ariana.
Thank you for letting me speak. Thank you, and blessings to everybody and your family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's always
Bye-bye.
awesome when
You have a great night.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
We lost Rob. I don't know if he's making it back. He's having technical problems. He's restarting? Okay.
Mm-hmm. He lost all his sound, so he's going to restart and come back.
That's what I wondered. We have weird sound issues for him. Where were we? We were talking about that bizarre UFO. I gave him the link to the website. I didn't mess him up. Where it was. I wish I had it, but yeah, it's this odd-shaped UFO in Scotland. There is a video of it, but it's like hard for me to get. I couldn't get it to play on my end. I don't know if he could. He was probably trying to get that set up, and then it probably screwed all of his stuff up.
Now it's saying something went wrong. I'm sure you're connected to the internet. If not, it might be on our end. Try again.
Yeah. I don't know about everybody else. The internet's been weird lately.
Well, we've had solar storm after solar storm lately, too. Even their own magnetic readers, monitor stations are going down, like 4 or 5 of them. For like the Schumann resonance.
Yeah. It's like weird energy going on. I don't know. It also feels like time is flowing weirdly.
Very weirdly.
Like it'd be going really fast and then really slow. I don't know. Another subject for people to call in. We're going to be going to commercial break here soon. But another subject for people to call in on. Do you feel like time is moving weirdly? I think we talked about this before when we had a guest on, but I don't know. Oh, thank you, James, for the $5 donation. Thank you. All right, there's Rob. Let's get him back here. You got sound, Rob? Thank you, James.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
My camera decides to update right in the middle of the show. Just everything's hitting all at once over here.
Yeah, yep, of course. Mercury in retrograde? I don't know.
Yeah,
thank you, James.
Started.
Yeah, there you go. Always. James again, does help pay the bills. Thank you. Josh, amazing $50 donation tonight. Big. Thank you, Josh. And thank you, James. And like I said, we got Patreon too. You can find us Jason Bland Paranormal Soup. It's in the link to the description of the show. And there's like $1 a month you can donate, whatever, $2 a month. Like I said, I don't make any money doing the show. It all goes to paying the bills for the show, the services I use for the radio and this StreamYard. So it helps. Thank you, guys. All right. I don't know. Did you get that link I sent you in there? I know you had a lot on your plate there for the last few minutes. He's looking. It's all right, Rob. Well, just look for that because we're going to go to commercial break. We'll just
Yeah. Let's go to commercial. I have it. It says video loading. It's taking a minute.
Yeah, it might. That's why I didn't see it earlier when I was doing the research for this. I didn't see they had that link, and now I do. And I wish I would have just gotten it so you wouldn't have to mess with it. So thank you. We'll see if we can watch it. If not, we saw the weird photo. I can't explain what that is in that photo. I don't know. I don't think that's a balloon. It looks way too solid and big. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I couldn't watch the video, though. It wouldn't load on my end. It might not load on Rob's. We'll see. But we're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, phone lines will be back open. Just wait to call in until after commercial break because I closed the phone lines down during the commercial break. I know. It's my cheap phone system. I got to do it. But you call in, join the discussion. I love hearing your experiences. Thank you, Azariana, for calling in and sharing about ghost trains that she's hearing. Imagine you hear a train, you lived in a place 7 years, no train tracks, and you start hearing trains, and you can't see where there's no trains. That would be weird. That would be very weird. That's what I want to hear. Those kind of stories tonight. You have those experiences? Ghost trains, is time moving slow, fast for you, weirdly? Anything unusual? Call in about it when we come back from the short commercial break.
Into the combined effects of sensory deprivation and hallucinatory drugs. The subject of the experiment is himself, and the experiment is out of control. Ken Russell's Altered States, a film that must not be missed, is in the West End now. Altered States, Certificate X.
Do you wish for more paranormal and spiritual content? The Paranormal Chronicles magazine is a free digital magazine crammed with the very best in paranormal and spiritual articles and features. No sign-up, no subscription, just free reading and knowledge for you. Read today at www.paranormalchronicles.com/magazine.
Join us every Wednesday night at midnight Eastern Standard Time for Weird Wednesday, the live stream, with your hosts Jamie, the Living Dead Girl, and Rob, the Phantom, where we'll talk about all things paranormal, including zodiac, astrology, tarot card and oracle card readings, live ghost boxing and spirit communication, where we'll do Voices from Beyond, the Cold Case Files. So we hope you join us live on Facebook and YouTube every Wednesday night at midnight Eastern Standard Time. We hope to see you there. Bye-bye.
Paranation Magazine is a new paranormal magazine based out of Denver, Colorado. Our goal isn't just to give you the best paranormal content out there, but to promote paranormal unity. We're doing this by giving everyone an opportunity to tell their stories and to share their experiences. For more information, follow us on Facebook at Paranation Magazine and soon, paranationmag.com.
I've Never Met a Dead Person I Didn't Like is the extraordinary travels of a young, alone, and broke psychic in the highly anticipated new book from internationally renowned psychic, medium, medical intuitive, and best-selling author Sherry Dillard. Critics have described I've Never Met a Dead Person I Didn't Like as an engrossing memoir, an empowering story of how a broken girl came to accept her psychic gift, a refreshing and fun read. I've Never Met a Dead Person I Didn't Like is available through Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble, and wherever books are sold.
Wrote Spirits of the Dead with a pen dipped in warm blood. You will see the ultimate in terror with this important all-star cast. Brigitte Bardot, Alain Delon, Jane Fonda, Terence Stamp, and Peter Fonda in Edgar Allan Poe's Spirits of the Dead. Only Poe's demented genius could bring to the screen such horror and evil. Spirits of the Dead stars Brigitte Bardot, Alain Delon, Jane Fonda, Terence Stamp, and Peter Fonda. Directed by three masters of the cinema, Federico Fellini, Louis Malle, and Roger Vadim. Spirits of the Dead is an adventure in terror beyond your wildest nightmares. Spirits of the Dead in color is rated R.
Okay. So, does anybody want to play Parcheesi? Okay, who brought the dog?
You're listening to Paranormal Soup, bringing you the weird every Sunday night. Call into the show and join the discussion. The call-in lines are 219-230-4444 or 260-225-9419 or by Skype caller ID oojblandoo or jblandparanormalsoup. And now to your host, Jason Bland.
Tonight is Open Lines Night. We are talking about whatever you want to talk about. It'll hopefully be paranormal, weird, strange, unusual, your experiences. That's what I want to talk about. That's what we're here for, right? Paranormal support group, weird experience support group, things you can't explain. That's what I do the show about. Like Azariana, thank you for calling in, sharing about the ghost trains that you were hearing. That's incredible. I don't know what to tell her. I would love to know, is there possibly tracks that were there in the past, old tracks they're not using more? Is this like a ghost train? She thinks it maybe be picking up the recently deceased because, so many people are dying suddenly. That's a thing, It is, sadly. But we got a lot of weird to get to. We got more in the World Wide Web of Weird that's extended tonight, and your phone calls. Phone lines are now open. Call in, join the conversation, but let's get back to the show. All right, let's get Rob. Now, we were talking about this blob-shaped UFO thing this lady saw. There's a video of it. We were trying to get it to work. You couldn't get it to work, could you?
No, it just says video loading, but it never loaded.
I never could watch. I couldn't get the video to. I couldn't watch the video. Yeah. Maybe it'll come out later somewhere else. But I'd love to see the video of this. What this is, how it's flying, because that is an odd shape. I don't know if you can zoom up on that on this. It'll let you or not. Don't. I mean,
pretty weird looking.
Yeah, that is not your typical shape of a thing in the sky. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know how you make that fly. That's what I'm saying. Be it a drone or balloon or something. It's got the pointed top, something at the top of it. I don't know. I'd love to see the video. If I do get a video of this later, maybe I'll bring it back on another World Wide Web Weird. Like, oh, we got the video finally to watch. But this is a weird one. I don't know what that is. I was in Scotland. Evidence of time travelers. I don't know. Or aliens. All right, we can go on to the next one. This one's a video we have. Another Tim Binnell coverage here from Coast to Coast. Weird cube-shaped UFO filmed in Prague. We've had a number of these over the years, these weird box-shaped UFOs, cube-shaped, the Borg, I don't know. Peculiar piece of footage from Prague features a cube-shaped UFO that was spotted floating in the sky over the city. The puzzling sighting, which was said to have occurred on Wednesday morning, was filmed by a witness who shared their video on Reddit. This huge white orb was rotating in the skies for about 5 minutes, they explained. According to the astonished observer, the odd object subsequently vanished in a moment before reappearing shortly thereafter. The sheer weirdness of the unusually shaped UFO understandably spawned an array of amusing theories for what it might have been, including a flying sugar cube, the Borg, I said the Borg, or some kind of proverbial glitch in the Matrix. Meanwhile, a box kite or a cube-shaped balloon have been the prosaic explanation but put forward by more down-to-earth viewers, like the star-shaped balloon that we saw, that Rob showed. Could it be something like that? It's very shiny, this one here. Go ahead and play it. Let's see what people think. He's got to really zoom in on this, too. And I do more of a zoom in on it here in a minute. When you see the zoom in, it to me, it could possibly be some kind of balloon. But I don't know. Like, is that some kind of weather balloon device? And it just takes like a squarish kind of shape from a distance. He said it appeared and reappeared, it disappeared and then came back. And that just him losing. Because really, the only way he's hardly seeing it, maybe he sees a speck, but he's like zooming in here with the camera that he's using, I'm sure, on a phone or something. But you see how it kind of is, like, it seems like it's turning a little bit?
Yeah, like right in there.
Mm-hmm. That, to me, may be a balloon.
Or it could just be a UFO pointing its death ray at us.
Or that, or the Borg.
Or the you have been assimilated.
How do I call in from the UK? Yeah, probably the phone lines aren't the best way. If you have Skype, jblandoo or jblandparanormal soup would be the way. I've had people call in from, but calling these lines, though, some do work internationally because I have Al from South Korea that calls in. Sometimes he's done Skype, but I know he's called in on the phone line before. But it might not let you from the UK, I don't know. But Skype should. Trying to zoom in on it more.
Oh, yeah. Not really working, though.
No. Crap. Just going to let you.
No.
No. Yeah, it'll probably get really distorted, too, if you did that.
Pretty weird looking, though.
There's the zoom in we got. I did of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely like cube shape. People called it a sugar cube. Or is it glitches in the Matrix? Is the reality falling apart? You can't take any more of this crazy bullcrap. I don't know. Glitches in the Matrix, time travelers, aliens, take your pick. We actually made it through. We only got one more. That's it for the UFO stuff. Weird stuff. Are they time travelers, aliens, digicabras? Either way, I saw this, and something we talked about on the show before, and I got the Unexplained Mystery article. It's shorter than the original here from the conversation. But it's still a very long article. I don't think I'm going to read the whole thing. But the idea of this article is, could genome editing be the key to settling on other worlds? I'm not going to read the article. But what it gets into is the idea that, for us to adapt to other environments and other worlds, we might have to edit our genomes. We have to genetically change ourselves to adapt to the environment. That makes lots of sense, yeah, because I'm a big Star Trek fan, but always, the idea that you're going to find planets with just the right amount of gravity, just the right amount of oxygen, just the right amount of temperature, all over the place. Everybody, all these lives develop with a similar amount. You can go there, not likely. I mean, not to say we're not going to, if we travel to stars, we're not going to find planets that have the similar habitat as us and that we could survive there, but alien life could adapt in a number of different environments that we couldn't live in.
And it would be convenient if they started giving us things to start building those tolerances and be able to accept those changes and requests more easily.
But is that what we are? An ancient alien race came here and could not live in our environment and started mixing their DNA with what was here. So they could, look at Whitley Strieber and others that you've talked about, the aliens having the ability of something in the afterlife to be able to the John Lear speculation of, the light at the end of the tunnel is really aliens. They're going to reincarnate you. If they have any ability to move souls or what we don't even know, the full concept of what their abilities are spiritually.
People in different areas of the earth.
But like Avatar, in a sense. I'm not a huge Avatar fan. I mean, James Cameron's awesome, and it's great visually and all that stuff. But I really wasn't into it. I don't know, but the idea, the concept is cool. That they clone this whole body to put somebody's conscious in. Well, if you were coming to a planet, you're a dying race, your planet's gone, and you find this little beautiful planet of ours. And you can't live there, but you have the ability to move the consciousness of your life forms into other life forms as you adapt the genetic code to get closer to yours, but enough to live there. Maybe that's the purpose. Maybe that's what hybrids are.
Well, I was just going to say the new thing now is being the hybrids. They're all talking about hybrids, how to mix us into the, robots and humans. That's why Soros or whoever it is that's making that monument in the rock, that's mountain that's supposed to open every decade or century, a whole new room will open so that in their vision, the humanoids will fly down and see what happened in 1960. And like each era is going to look like all these different things for future humanoids to come back to look at. This is a real thing. I want to know what else. Like, I'm thinking if they're doing all this work for that, like they've got to be hiding something else with this.
I mean, who knows how they're changing all of our genetics with all the stuff going on.
And with like
they're definitely doing it in our food. They're definitely doing it. You are what you eat. Yeah. But the air, Jamie, you were talking about that before the show, all the chemtrails and stuff. And yeah, but also our food. You cannot find bread anymore.
Injections.
You cannot find a bread anymore that doesn't say on it bioengineered, made with bioengineered products. You can barely find anything anymore that says that. And heck, they can lie to you about it. In America, we have the worst FDA. They can lie to you about it. You know, non-GMO. I have these veggie chicken patty Morningstar I liked, and I got a package and said, new ingredients. I'm like, oh no. Turn it over. It used to be non-GMO. That's gone. You know what it says? Made with bioengineered ingredients.
Yeah, it doesn't even like.
Thanks a lot, Morningstar.
Or Bill Gates making maggot milk.
Well, one of the reasons they have to put that on everything now is Monsanto. It's the germinated wheat crops that got infected with their GMO strain. The people who had wheat that were not part of Monsanto still ended up getting their GMO crop because it germinated it.
Oh.
So pretty much our whole wheat supply has been infected with this. This is why in Europe they don't allow any of it. They don't want it there.
I'm aware of that.
Monsanto. Now, what was it, Bayer that bought them out? They got a great history, too. After they got sued and lost because of, Roundup.
A little something.
But you can go to glyphosates. You can go, you can see, me and my wife were talking about this. You can still find Roundup. You can still buy the cancerous stuff. They just put a little warning on it now. And people are still out there using it. Yeah, what's a little cancer going to warn you? Spray down the weeds. Don't use it. I mean, we have the worst FDA. We have. It's such a joke. It does
them well for us to have cancer.
But but at the same time, this whole hybrid thing. Are we walking? Are there aliens among us?
Yeah, the hybrid thing is crazy, and I think so. They're already building the little brains on the robots out of cells and mouse cells, and
I've said that for years. I thought about that when I was a kid.
Consciousness, yeah.
When I was a kid, I was a big sci-fi fan. I would think of sci-fi stories, and one of my ideas was like, one day they'll genetically grow a computer. They will take human brain tissue and make it a mini brain computer. It'll run off actual living cells. And here we are. They're doing that. I thought of that when I was a kid. Because it was like the next step. Because you know what? You can make a processor. You can make all this stuff, electronic metal and circuits and all this stuff. But none of it compares to what's going on here in the brain, speed-wise. And, we don't even... The biologics, what God created, or aliens, or whoever, or the universe, or consciousness, or whatever, is amazing. And we're tapping into that. Pandora's box? Maybe.
The brain can live forever.
But definitely going to use it to make computers.
Oxygen and all that to keep it alive. It's like that brain can keep going. It doesn't need the body and everything else.
And what is it? If it's created from human brain tissue, and they are doing these experiments, making processors, little mini brain computers, they're made from, what are you creating there? What is that? It is a little life form of some kind in there. You look at it as like it's just a plant. Well, it is human brain cells.
And they can move consciousness into some of these things.
Actually, I don't think they've used human brain cells yet. There might be laws against that yet, but they've used rat.
They've used rat, but I could swear I just read something. Those little tiny robots with the brain on top, I thought was actual.
Might be.
I have to double check, so I'm not giving fake news.
Drake Dragon, food is food. No, there's food, and then there's fake processed bullcrap.
I mean,
You're getting a lot of that. McDonald's is like reporting record sales losses and people aren't coming anymore. Well, your prices have gotten higher. Who's going to spend that much money for that crap? Look into McDonald's fries. They are the nastiest, worst thing you could eat. Don't eat them.
Human brain aiming. Okay, wait.
I don't need any of that crap.
This is July 3rd, 2024.
Yeah.
After Elon Musk's Neuralink project, China develops robots with lab-grown human brains.
It was China. China. Of course, they don't have the restrictions we do. Yeah, they don't have the restrictions we do. That's why I had a lab in, Wuhan. And, Fauci and all those people doing stuff crazy there, right? Because they got kicked out of doing it here. Hey, Drake, I get you, man. I'm just being cheap. I get it, man. It's not cheap anymore, though. It's not cheap. You know what's cheaper is make your lunch, make your dinner. Yeah. It's cheaper in the end than buying it from McDonald's anymore. It is. It is. And I like their fries. I get you, man. I ate McDonald's for lunch at my work way too many days. Way too many days. I was horrible. Eating horrible. You will feel better when you stop eating it. I guarantee it. I had so many internal gut problems when I ate that crap. I don't have those issues now. And I even think my psoriasis has been clearing up more since I stopped eating it. It just, you guys, I swear, go watch Soylent Green. I'm afraid we're going to run into that.
You order from Temu? Do you get ripped off? That's a spy app.
What is it? I've heard of it, but what is it?
The Temu app, they give you like really cool stuff that catches your eye, and you get what you expect. It's cheap, but you have to open an app in order to do it. And they say you're trading basically your privacy, just like everything else, your privacy in order to get these really low priced items. But when you look at the information that they're actually mining off of you for this app, it's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, you're mined off of everything now, though. I mean, honestly, we're on Facebook, YouTube. They're all mining your information, and we'd like to share data from all your other apps with us. We'd love for you to share our data so we can sell it to everyone else.
I hear sometimes a lot of people don't even get their stuff from them, but I wonder, like, do you even get your stuff, or what's the ratio of getting your stuff and not getting your stuff?
Okay, so that watermelon Summer Side of Life. I'm going to bring this up one. Okay, so my wife saw these recently. Okay, so she's talking about when you see people, because my wife will look for stuff to show me, because, I mean, she's like, we got a garden going out there. Well, I'm going to get to that. I researched this for her, because she was like, oh my God, look what they're doing. Look at the watermelons. Well, there's been a couple different summers where articles have popped up about watermelons being strange. But there is a thing called a fermented watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a bad crop. If a bacteria gets inside a watermelon, it'll appear perfectly fine for a while. And you get it on the shelf, and they think it's fine. But then you get it home, and it starts to ooze weird stuff coming out of it. Or even explode. There's a great video of a poor lady destroyed her pantry. This thing exploded in her pantry. There's other ones of stuff fizzing out. But it is thing that is known that if bacteria gets inside of the watermelon, it will end up like that. It can get mushy, the skin can get weird, and it can even ooze or explode. It's like literally fermented watermelon.
Supposedly exploded a garbage can apart. I don't know what kind of garbage can.
So is that, I mean, I'm not saying they're not genetically. I'll tell you this, when it comes to the watermelon, we've been through this with my son, Dean. Has had to have a lot of allergy tests because he would eat watermelon. And we'd get a call from the school, your son's having an allergic reaction because of some fruit he ate. A lot of times watermelon being one of the worst ones. I'm allergic to watermelon, but in a different way. It's the same as tomato and kiwi for me. It makes my saliva glands go crazy. So I puke. It's so weird. It's really, I'm not meeting many people that have that.
Her tongue cracks too, like down the middle.
See, I've never got. I probably not eaten enough to have that happen because as soon as I get a little bit, even if they've taken the tomato off, and I take just a bite, I know right away, and my saliva glands just start going nuts. I don't eat much of it. I never get a chance to. I don't want to. And watermelon, when I was a kid, I thought it tasted right, but it tasted nice. But then I'd get that whole saliva thing, so I'd never ate it again. But my son Dean would eat it, and your kid eats, and he gets it all over his mouth, and he just break out like in this huge rash, and his throat would get itchy and his tongue would get itchy. We're like, oh, you're not eating it anymore, you know. But then he'd find out he'd eat another watermelon and be fine, and to be like seeded regular watermelon. Now he's had it where it isn't fine. But any of the ones that really cause problem were the ones that are grown with no seeds. That's genetic modification, right?
Yeah, to make the no seeds.
Those ones made him react every time bad. My wife, I don't know if she's doing watermelon this year. She's got other stuff. I don't know if I think she's tried watermelon. I don't know if she's going to have it there, but I'd love to see what happens with our watermelon grown out of our garden. If he'd eat it, it'd be fine. Now, he's had better times now with some fruits and stuff.
But you know what? A lot of fruit we're getting is old by the time it gets on the shelf of like the grocery store. Like the strawberries are already like 2 days from getting rotten. The blueberries will start getting rotten. It's really hard to get actual good fruit unless you go to like a farmer's market. So what could be happening is these things are being shipped and they're already old, to begin with.
And that's what I'm saying with the watermelon too, yeah.
It's like sitting in the warehouse for a hell of a long time. That stuff does ferment. If
Yeah. Well, like one of the videos my wife showed me, I say, look at the watermelon. You can see where it's starting to ooze out of is a puncture mark that healed over. And if something punctures that skin will heal over, and then it gets the bacteria inside, and it ferments and blows up. But I'm a big advocate that they are definitely genetically modifying our food in every way, fruits, vegetables. They want to put, Bill Gates has Apeel as a company. They want to put a coating. They
already have the coating.
Yeah. Why? To preserve that fruit and vegetables longer on the shelf.
You can't wash it off with soap and water either.
No, you're eating it.
And
I think it absorbs into it too.
Are genetically modified to be huge and perfect, and pretty much every McDonald's buys their potatoes from Bill Gates because they want that perfect potato with no marks in the French fries and everything.
Yeah. And then they add a bunch of other stuff. If you go look at the ingredients, it's not just the potato you're getting. They add other stuff to it. They did when I worked at McDonald's when I was 16. They actually put a meat filler in it, and they put sugar. Because kids like in the fries. In the fries.
Yep.
Sugar and French fries?
Mm-hmm. There's sugar. There was, I think, wasn't it like a meat extract or something that's in there, isn't it? It used to be, at least. They probably changed it more since then. But I know sugar was one. You're not eating much potatoes, what I'm trying to tell you. And it's genetically modified potato. I know it's even if the price is going up on McDonald's, it seems cheaper than other restaurants or other fast foods. But don't go to any of them. Really don't. Bring your lunch. Make your food. Grow a garden. It's all horrible. And we have the worst FDA in the world. I'm just saying. The bug-made potatoes, and bug-made fake beets are coming. They want to do bugs. They want to do grown meat. The grown meat really is gross. Don't ever get into when that hits the market very soon, because they're working towards it. Don't eat it. I'm just saying it's grown with actual human cancer cell. Is how they got it, because they used the genome. A woman was famous for her case because she never got any money for it. Didn't know they were going to use her weird cancer tumor to make genetically grown meat, because she had this weird replicated cell sample. Yeah, right. You want cancer? You want to eat cancer? I'm saying it's getting messed up. It frustrates the hell out of my wife as the mom who is trying to get the best food for her children and put good stuff on the table for them. It's a struggle. It's everything, like all this stuff my kids got used to eating, she's gotten rid of, and she's not doing it to be mean. My kids understand. It's just like, you're not eating it. It's complete garbage.
And that's how it is going through the store. Like, you look at things you once would have bought, but now, besides the price, you look at it and it's just like, no, I can't eat that.
Yeah. I mean, moms in America, you gotta, stand up. You're the ones that are fighting this battle. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put food on the table for your kids. And you don't want them eating this processed, horrible crap. I think there's a lot more moms have woken up to it, like my wife. I think it needs to be a movement, though. Like healthy food on the table for people that's not processed bull crap. More locally grown farms. The Primac by what is it? The Primac by Massey, Representative Massey. I'm a huge supporter of. Free up local farmers and producers to be able to sell their product to actual local people without all these the industry does to try to shut them down.
Yeah.
And then we're selling our farmland off too. To Bill Gates, China, whoever. That's completely crazy. It's not just our farmland, it's our mineral rights we've sold off to other countries like Russia. The Clintons were involved in that. Hillary Clinton, State Department, look into that.
4 of our counties in California to China.
Yeah, uranium, we have, we are importing all this nickel from Russia and China and other places in the world, and that, how much nickel is used in electronics, how much we need it? You know how many nickel nines we have here that are untapped, they're not even being touched? Because they literally use our own politicians to shut down the industry. Now, I'm not for big corporations getting to mine the heck out of the environment and destroy it either. But when you let some other country do it, well, we have no say on how they mine it and how they do it. Here we do. If we had an EPA that actually did their damn job, we could set up an actual mining facility. We could regulate, do it right, and not destroy the environment while we do it. It is possible.
Not just RAPE, the earth of all the resources.
But at the same time, there's things we need. We wouldn't be doing this show without nickel. You know what I'm saying? We need that, and cobalt and all these other things that are here, that do need to be mined, but we need to do it in a responsible way. And we need to do it here because nobody else in the other parts of the world are going to do it responsibly. And then it makes us dependent on the other people in the world. And that's not been going well for us. Not at all. Our dollar being based on the petrodollar is not going to work out for us. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Dollar bills are just blowing down the street because inflation is so high, it's so messed up out there.
We're set up to lose and sad for the future generations. That's how I feel, James. Because I got future generations upstairs. And as a, like I always said, I wanted to, I'm like, I told all you people, I've known these things for a long, long time. And that's why I did not want to have kids. God bless me with kids, thankfully, because I'd probably be in a dark place. But it also now makes me want to have to care. Because back in the day, I was like, I'm ready to sit back. This is what I've always said. Sit back in my chair, roll a joint, watch the world burn. Screw it. But when you have kids, now you got to care. And I care. And I want them to have a future. And sadly, we're too busy squabbling about stupid crap. Culture war, stupid crap. Culture war, stupid crap. People, please stop getting sucked into that stuff. Love thy neighbor, even if you disagree. Respect
and
them.
None of these people are like your favorite football team that you got to stay loyal to no matter how many wins or losses they have. I'm going to stay loyal to this football team and cut my nose off to spite my face.
The only thing I'm loyal to
right thing
is my family. My family and friends. Otherwise, and who do I trust? My family and my friends have earned that. I don't trust the media. I don't trust the government, and I never have, and I never probably will.
Trust your gut instinct. Is right.
I have hopes, and I hope the world in the future is going to be bright. I'm not going to be a doomsayer. But we got to step up, start realizing it. Stop going to McDonald's. I love hearing that McDonald's is losing business. Honestly. I feel bad for the people that work there. That's my thing, because, an entry-level job for some people it's not. It is a career, and any job's a job. And I get it, it's an easy place to get into, and you can make a career of it. Working in fast food. I hated working fast food. It was my first job. So I feel bad for McDonald's and other fast foods that'll close because of one, they have to pay more now, and that makes the cost of the food go up, and then the business goes down. I get all that. I feel bad. I work retail. It ain't great for retail either, where the economy is and the price of things. So I don't want people to lose their jobs, but at the same time, I don't want people eating this garbage. when we talk about what's causing this or what's causing this disease, God knows, because we have so many goddamn chemicals in our air and our food and water. Who knows? Take your pick.
And then there's like certain vitamins, like vitamin 3 with like K2, they're downplaying the amount that they say that we need and saying a certain amount's toxic when that's not really true. That's only like a minute and a half in the sun. Like there's thousands more of the amount that actually we do need. And if we had that, we'd have a multitude of problems like being solved in us. Like they're totally downplaying what these certain vitamins and other things can do to help fight cancer.
Don't want you to do things that would help you,
Yeah.
Like I have an article here. Hold on. I had one I didn't put in the show tonight that makes me think of that. Things they don't want you to do. They want you to be brain dead zombies. And one of those, I had an article here. Where did it go? I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I know I got it in here. I didn't erase it, did I? Where is it? Oh, that's old. Did I erase it? The article was basically, can meditation lead to mental illness?
Oh, yeah, I read that one.
You did read that one.
Yeah.
See, I didn't get to watch. I had this, Wednesday. I keep not making it late on Wednesday nights. Damn it. So, yeah, where was that? I don't have it now. Darn it. That's like they're trying to talk you like there is. The only thing I'll say about that article, I don't have it, but they covered it on Weird Wednesday on Rob's show. I read it, and there is a danger when you do step into this world of the spiritual, and even meditation or the New Age. There is a danger. I won't disagree in that sense that you will open doors within yourself that you might not be ready for, or you don't understand, or you might do it the wrong way. So I do believe you should have some guidance in meditation, a little bit. I mean, some guidance. Don't just go, oh, I'm going to meditate.
Yeah, like you start out and you learn what you're doing.
But trying to tell people, oh, you might not want to, might lead to mental illness as your title in it.
No, that means you do the opposite of what they're telling you.
Yeah, I think we need more people to self-explore, self-reflect, and meditate. I think this world would be a way better place.
Yeah, and decalcify our
here it is.
because they're trying to
Thank you, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Can meditation actually make mental health problems worse? I lost the article. I had it, but we don't need to read the whole thing or at all. But just that fact, I saw that article. I'm like, really? Are you kidding me? No, stop meditating, people. Stop looking inward. Get back on your phone. Get caught up in the Kardashians. And don't self-reflect at all on who you are, your spiritual self. Don't do that. Don't do that.
They live.
Did you see the article when they actually said...
bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Exactly.
They had the
Consume,
article.
obey.
There was no such thing as free will. And if you have a seizure the first time and you're driving, you kill somebody, you get treated a certain way because you had no free will when that happened. So the same thing applies for somebody shooting into a crowd of people, that they don't have the free will to stop, and they should be treated the same way as the first time seizure patient, trying to get people conditioned into thinking, oh, it's not their fault that they're crazy and they're picking up the things and firing in the crowds. It's they can't help themselves.
Yeah, but at no time do we talk about SSRIs.
It's like all conditioning, and everyone's like, oh,
yeah, don't meditate, just take those SSRIs. And I don't, you know what, my wife has, they do help people. There are, but there are other people we've obviously see where it's not. And dear God, no, let's not talk about it. I'll probably get this video taken down just for saying that. You know what I'm saying? But I seek mental health, get help, and if you recommend to take a drug, but beware of the side effects, do your research, and, get a second opinion even, just make sure, I don't think there are people that need it. There are people that are really helped by antipsychotic drugs, but there's others that we seem to have a horrible effect on. I'm just saying there's a history of it. And, we need more research. We need more research and not just giving in to the big pharmaceutical companies who want to hand these things out like candy. Just like they did with what was that, OxyContin? Oh, yeah. They don't care about the end effect or what happens to people. They just care about the money effect.
Of my nightmares that plague me, they want to give me a low blood pressure medication. They said even if you have a terrifying dream, most likely you won't remember it. Well, the problem is you're not going to remember your other dreams either. And it's for low blood pressure. I don't have low blood pressure. I'm like, no, I don't want something that's going to like wipe out. Like
when I
these
was a
dreams are
teenager,
horrible, but you're not wiping my memory out.
when I was a teenager, I went in to see what do you want to call it, a GI, and I was having bad stomach problems, and I was a teenager. I was getting a driver's license, starting to go out, and guess what I was eating all the time, and I was working there was McDonald's. Didn't put the 2 and 2 together like I should have, as a teenager, but I had started having real bad stomach pains because I was going out at lunch and eating McDonald's usually or other crap, and I was eating McDonald's at my first job. And I started having these horrible intestinal pains. And he said, "Oh, you have a lazy rectum. Means you're a lazy ass." Ha, ha, ha. But you know what he prescribed me? He said, "Oh, this seems to have an effect on this, and it could help you." His name is Dr. Gupta. That's the accent. Sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody with my horrible impression. But he recommended Prozac. And so, this is when I started smoking cigarettes. It changed me. And I realized that, I am not right. I don't feel right. I lost my creativity. I was in a band. For 3 months, I took this stuff, and I finally went to my mom, and I don't want to take it anymore. I don't care about my stomach. I'll figure it out. But it's changing me, and I don't like it. Mentally, it's not right. I'm not right. It was like I was disconnected from myself. I hated it.
Yeah, when I just recently went to my doctor, he didn't want to talk about diet, nutrition, anything like that. Is all he wanted to do was up my medication. Doesn't want to fix the problem, just wants to treat it with more pills, more medication. Screw that.
I mean, I don't go to the doctor often. I recently did because I've been having a digestive problem, and he recommended a medicine. We talked it over. And I said, I know a lot of this is caused by spicy stuff. And he's like, yeah, but you could take this medicine and still eat spicy stuff. And it did work. It has helped. I haven't had the indigestion problem. Didn't even have to get a scope because of it, So, I mean, listen, have a conversation with your doctor, but do the research. I'm not telling people not to talk to their doctors. Please talk to your doctors. But do the research. Get a second opinion if you need to, Say, okay, let me get all that information on that drug. Let me look into it and see if it's right for me. Just find out.
He tried to prescribe me something else also that is for Zoloft, I think.
Well, that's what my wife's on.
Or then Cymbalta then. And I wasn't interested again. And they start getting all funny, like if you refuse treatment. But I'm like, well, let me take it home so I can kind of research it and look into it a little bit.
Oh, how dare you?
No. You don't need, there's no side effects. Just take it. I'm like, why are you discouraging me? Why do you need to look up the side effects? Why not,
Yeah.
So I went home, I looked at it, I came back, I told him all the concerns I had with it. And I'm like, what is this? I try to get off of it and I might end up with some twitching that won't stop. So if I start it, I can't even stop it without a side effect. No.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a monetary interest for them to prescribe stuff. It's fact. I'm not lying. Look it up. I mean, ask your doctor.
I mean, people do need certain things, but I don't want to be monotone and...
They're dealers, not healers.
Yeah, not all. I mean, there are doctors that care. Some are just they don't know they are wrong in the sense that they just say, oh, the medical journal says this. This is good. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't look into the studies or the research or anything beyond that. They do their
license for it.
Yeah, that can happen. See, you guys don't call in and we end up ranting about this stuff. That's what happens.
Colors.
Well, I'll probably end the show early since I got to work tomorrow anyways. So, no callers. We're ranting. I'm going to end the show early because, I got one more Monday I got to work. And next week, I don't have a guest unless one happens to appear for me before then. I'm working on trying to book for later. Otherwise, we'll do maybe another open lines. We'll see what's going on next Sunday. I know Labor Day weekend we won't have a show. That's Sunday, the September 1st, because I will be camping with my family for the first time. Because I never get to go. As I always go on Labor Day weekend, I never get to go. So no show then, I know that. So I will try to do another short show next week. It might be even shorter, I don't know. Open lines a little bit with you guys. Maybe we'll do some psychic games or something. The only reason I've been doing a lot of spirit box is it takes me time, and it's been a busy summer to review and listen and edit those videos. So I try to not do those too often in a row. We had kind of a spirit box scene with a guest recently, so it took me time to edit those. So we'll see. If we have more open lines, then there will be a definitely spirit box night in there as well. But that's it. I'm going to end the show there, guys. Thank you so much for the Erzeriana for calling in. Thank you, Josh Turner from Paranormal Roundtable for the $50 donation. It means a lot. And to James for the $5 donation. All that, any donation helps the show. And you can check us out on Patreon as well. $1 a month, $2 a month does help pay the bills. But that's it, guys. We're going to end the show early tonight. I get callers, I'll stay in longer, but, it gets this way. I got to get up early for work, so that's it. All right, guys, see you next Sunday, same bad time, same bad channel, 10 p.m. We start at either 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m. Pacific time. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and tell your friends about the show. Keep sharing it out. Thank you to everybody who does share out the show. Let everybody know this is where the paranormal happens live every Sunday night, mostly every Sunday night. All right, guys, have a great night. See you next week.